To our Vice Chairman, Congressman Brady.
Chairman Casey, thank you for convening this important hearing. It is long past time to debunk the myth that the economic freedom to trade leads to offshoring of U.S. jobs. The facts are just the opposite. It's the absence of an aggressive, proactive trade agenda that leaves America falling behind its global competitors and places our manufacturers at a severe disadvantage when competing for the 95% of the world's consumers that live outside our borders. For American manufacturing, trade means jobs. America is the third largest exporting nation in the world, and our share of global manufacturing has essentially held steady through the past 30 years. The concern is that our share of the world's market in manufacturing has declined significantly, while the Chinese share has exploded upward. If you examine what America sells and ships overseas, it's manufacturing that accounts for the bulk of U.S. sales abroad. Much of these sales are in advanced technology and capital goods, such as computers, electronics, scientific instruments, and aerospace equipment, along with chemicals, oil and coal, machinery, and equipment critical to the production of finished product. These are high-value items, creating high-paying jobs and requiring high-value research and development. Trade is important to American workers. Not only is 1 of every 5 American manufacturing jobs tied to sales overseas, but a mere 11. Today, our competitors are negotiating more than 100 market-opening trade agreements. The United States is currently participating in only 1, Trans-Pacific Partnership. If we want our manufacturers to secure new customers and create new jobs here at home, we must get America back on the trade field, fighting for a level playing field so our manufacturers can compete and win. This can't happen as long as the White House continues to delay submitting the 3 pending agreements with South Korea, Colombia, and Panama. These countries already sell many of their products into America with low or no border taxes. It's time to turn this one-way trade into two-way trade and secure an estimated $13 billion of new sales for American manufacturers, for American agriculture, and American service companies. Every day we delay hurts our manufacturers. Europe, China, and Canada have moved aggressively to enter their own trade agreements with these 3 countries in order to land customers and contracts in these growing economies. They take market share away from American companies as we speak. There's bipartisan support for these sales agreements today. We can pass these agreements today. And as the President is fond of saying these days, send Congress these agreements so we can, quote, pass these bills now. As to the topic of the hearing today, trade isn't the cause of offshoring job, it's the antidote. Landing new customers overseas, making our tax code more competitive, reducing the price disadvantage from excessive regulation and mandates will strengthen the hand of America's local manufacturers and create good-paying jobs here at home. Final point. It's time to stop blaming trade agreements for the loss of manufacturing jobs in America. Technological breakthroughs over the past 2 decades have made American companies more productive. Like many countries, we are manufacturing more with fewer workers. The need at times to locate manufacturing facilities overseas is not a function of trade agreements, but the need to be closer to their customers, to successfully compete against Europe, against China, and the rest of the world for these sales. An estimated 95% of the products produced in U.S. manufacturing facilities overseas are for customers overseas. And absent a trade agreement with the host country, this at times may be the only competitive choice remaining for our companies. So why aren't we making a concerted bipartisan effort to restore America's business climate so that American companies are no longer economically punished for locating their manufacturing facilities where the innovation is already occurring here? And while it doesn't fit on a bumper sticker, the fact is that America is running a manufacturing trade surplus with our trade agreement partners. Yes, a surplus, yes, in manufacturing, even with our NAFTA partners. That's because when you level the playing field and you play by the same rules, American manufacturing and its workers win. The fact is our manufacturing trade deficit is wholly with countries with which we do not have a trade agreement. This is because our competitors have signed trade agreements in these markets, and we've left our companies to face tariffs 5 times higher than these countries face when selling into the United States. It really is time to stop blaming everyone else, time to start leading again on trade. With that, Mr. Chairman, I look forward to the testimony today.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Brady. What I'll do now is provide very brief biographical sketches of each of the witnesses.